This Theodoro Gothic invasion campaign has everything. Betrayal, multiple wars against ridiculously powerful Ottomans, some of the most unpredictable moves by our rivals like Muscovy intervening in our Ottoman war, and Venice sending us a massive gift out of nowhere, and most importantly, us elevating what was at one point a 1-province minor Theodoro to a 2000 development beast Gothic Empire. Continue watching to see how we're progressing towards the Gothic invasion, and check out the first part of this campaign if you haven't yet. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. This is probably going to be super rough. We have insane Ottomans with 76,000 units in 1492. They have quality ideas, well, they're working on them. We are warned by the Ottomans, so it's not like we have many choices on which wars we can start right now. One of our choices could be Muscovy, but then again, we don't really want to attack them yet. We have our restoration of Union and Cassius Belli waiting, but we want them to form Russia first. And honestly, the bigger they get before we get the PU, the better, because we don't get any aggressive expansion. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is prepare for the Ottoman war now. I'm gonna get an alliance with Austria. This is possible. The one thing that is really annoying is that nations like Austria, Poland, they're weak in this run. They're pretty weak. Poland doesn't have Lithuania. Austria doesn't have Hungary. Genoa is doing good, but then again, it's just Genoa. They won't have an insane army, right? Even though they defeated Savoy and Milan. It's really us versus the world here. Well, we do have the Timurids. Maybe we can invite the Timurids in this war. But first we will definitely need to wait for them to finish their own war. So in the meantime, what I'm thinking to do is build up some fortifications. Now this is not something that I do often, but this might work. We have a Trebizond fort, which is level 4, and we're going to get some additional mountain forts. Let's make one here. This is a pretty good location, and I'm probably gonna get one in Koi. We first need to finish coring this. So in order to access our capital from this direction, he would need to pass some serious fortifications, especially if we get another one in Abkhazia. Now this is definitely going to be a little bit expensive, so we're just going to delete some of our current ones. We're going to delete this one right now, and this one once the devastation is gone, because it's reduced 10 times faster when the fort is available. And I suppose until that war, we kind of want to deal with the rebels, so we're gonna start provoking revolts and just follow them around. Maybe get some spy network going on the Ottomans. Also, I suppose we can get a little bit more defensiveness in Trebizond, because you get 5% defensiveness once you expand infrastructure, so we can invest a little bit of diplo and admin points for that. At the same time, I'm going to expand infrastructure in Crimea, in our capital. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Castile paid all foreign debt of Austria, amounting to 92 ducats. This is indirectly helping us, as it's our ally. Oh no! Oh, this is not good. Genoa, your faithful ally, is requesting to come to aid to a war with the Ottomans. A war with the Ottomans. This is not happening. Genoa people say, Luca, I'm sorry, but we're not ready. Screw you. You wanna tell me the Timurids have a good attitude towards the Ottomans? We need to fix that. We need to fix that real quick, so you please. Oh, and we can only do it in 1499. Yeah, so we need to wait anyways. We completely crushed pretty much all the rebels. There's only a couple of factions left, so that's a good thing. And we got some pretty decent generals. Well, that's a regency. Okay then. And at least we finished the offensive idea, so we get additional 5% discipline. Hopefully what's going to happen is that we're going to get a good trait with our heiress. If we get morale of armies or discipline, that's just fantastic. Okay, we have our first policy. That's just spy network construction. It's okay. It's nothing special really. Guys, I think we got the Timurids to join, so we kinda have to start this war. I'm going to ask them to prepare for war now. This is expensive. I think I would rather get the fort defense advisor, and we're definitely going to get some mercenaries. Now, let's go for now with, I suppose, the Grand Company. Yeah, so we got the yearly army tradition decay trait. That's not what I was expecting. But we can get additional discipline through our icon. So that's 5% additionally. I want to check the ledger and see how we compare to them now. Ottomans have 4.7 morale. We have a little bit more discipline. Maybe this will work. 91,000 soldiers by... Dude, you cannot be serious. Yeah, about that. Let's make Sinop our target, because this is pretty easy for us to take fort, and we can probably defend it. So we're going to invite Poland, Austria, Timurids, and before doing so, we're also going to mark some of these provinces as our vital interests, so hopefully Poland gives it to us, and Austria obviously. And I've just noticed one thing, and that was the Ottomans being at the war. Are they attacking the Mamluks right now? Because this might be perfect timing. And that's right, they're fighting Adal, Mamluks, Makhra, and Velatia. Especially if they would go for a nation like Adal, that would be amazing. They would travel quite far distance. Let's go. Immediately we're going to barrage every single fort that we can. Already see the Ottomans walking over here. This is a bit scary because I don't see his remaining army apart from this 20,000 that he's engaging Austria. I don't like what Gazikumuk is doing here. I might have to send the 7,000 little sack that I have to chase him around. With the rest of the guys, let's continue taking down the forts. Boom, barrage Ankara. Maybe we should just immediately peace out Gazikumuk. Nice, let's go Timurids. They're making some good moves. There we go, that's a good ally. I suppose Poland and Austria will be the ones taking a hit. Well, they're actually winning some battles too, so far I'm really proud of my allies. Yet another fort, let's keep going. The Ottomans must be super busy with Mamluks still, because right now we're just ravaging their nation. Guys, we already have 49% war score as Poland took their capital and we took another fort in Isel, so let's try and beat them up in Sinop. And this is so far looking like a super good war, what happened with Makuri, and we can just white piece them, right? Yeah, that's another 3% war score. They're even leaving the fort, they're scared. Chase them! Alright, my boy, you ain't running away this time. They're tough, we cannot just wipe them out like that. I swear to God, guys, what won us this war was the fact that the Ottomans were at war with the Mamluks and hyper-focusing them. They will probably try to make a comeback here because they have 95,000 units, so if they come anywhere close to us, they will just completely destroy us. All the forts in this location are occupied, so there's a ton of provinces that we can quickly take. Did I build these forts for nothing? Because they're not even trying to occupy them, they're just straight up going for the Timurids. Or was it the fact that we had these forts in the first place that swayed them away from us? And there we go, guys, there's absolutely no reason for us to push even further because we already have 95% war score and we can take whatever the hell we want. Guys, I think we won't be taking any money because we only have a few loans. We only have 8 loans, we're not doing that bad, and the thing is that if we take 3,000 ducats from the Ottomans, we ourselves, we will be getting only less than 600, and I think this won't hurt the Ottomans that much. I've seen the Ottomans recover from worse situations. I think the worst thing that you can do from them is just take land, so that's exactly what we're going to take. How about something like this, like we will completely block them off from Karakayunlu, and this is going to be the entirety of Çetinkaya. And obviously we're getting the war reparations, so this is looking pretty decent. Okay guys, time to concentrate a little bit of development. We actually have exactly 100% overextension with this. After we concentrated development, we can get a little bit of crownlands back. And this is a big W. What a start for this video. Let's go. Now it's going to get a little bit more fun because the Ottomans are not so much of a nuisance anymore. We can attack nations like Karakayunlu, do a little reconquest, get cores for Shirvan and Iraq. Now this is actually going to be pretty fantastic. And obviously let's once again hire some advisors. Yes, I am still going to release Byzantium. I just forgot to do it, but we're going to core everything else apart from Gallipoli, from which we will be releasing our vassal. And I suppose we can release Syria too, because we did take after all one Syrian province. Alright, so this is also a part of the Shirvan state. I'm gonna take this. We can take the bordering provinces, and I think this is going to be it. Maybe a little bit more cash as well. This is great. Iraq, you can have these 2 provinces right here. Now let's just go ahead and quickly release our subjects that we wanted to release, which is going to be Syria and of course our Byzantium, our lovely Byzantium. Boom, there we go. So guys, we have been developing the province of Kaffa. We have 15% local development cost reduction here thanks to the Cossack exploration privilege that I took recently for the Cossacks estate. This did cost us 5% crownland, so I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it. But another benefit to this privilege is that we can get conquistadors every 10 years. And these guys for us have 100 tradition because we ourselves have very high army tradition. So look at that, man. Our first conquistador has 5 shock, 3 siege. These are pretty good. And this one is going to be against Mashesha because we're dragging in... Wait. We just lost it. I didn't even notice we just lost the Timurids. Okay, so we no longer have that alliance. Well, that's good to know. I was gonna declare Mashesha and drag them in, but I guess we can just still at least declare and take some stuff from them. But Gazikumok, now we cannot take them without the Timurids intervening. Okay, that's annoying and I don't want to fight them. There we go, we finished the annexation of Iraq. And this is pretty much a freebie, Mushasha. We just need to wait a little bit because we cannot access their last province. These guys have a navy. Boom, there we go, full annexation, guys. Lovely stuff. Yeah, this is not great. We have a little bit of an overextension problem. I'm going to start building a couple of courthouses, but yeah, we will just take this hit for now. I don't want to invest the government reform progress points because we're going to take the next reform right now. I want to go with expand temple rights. I really love this one with the -2 local unrest in the provinces where we have churches, and we will build a ton of these in the near future. Great, we can sell titles. That is lovely because this is going to allow us to finally embrace the institution. There we go. Level 9 mill technology. Looks like Aragon wants some of that tech and they will pay us 2.36 decades. Sure, you can have it. This run is crazy for Russia because Castile somehow is just looking after him constantly, paying off his debt like multiple times in this run. This is big. Our truce expired with the Ottomans and they coincidentally declared a war on Hijaz, which is protected by the Timurids, our new rival. So now, the Ottomans are fighting the Timurids, which are pretty damn powerful. Look at that, man. 78,000 units. The Ottomans themselves, they have 100,000. This is going to be a clash of titans and we're in between it. I think I'm going to wait a couple of months until I see that the Ottomans send their soldiers over to the Timurid lands and then I will strike myself. And we can in the meantime upgrade our technologies once again so we can unlock the third idea group now. Influence can wait, let's go for admin first. We're good to go, so we're going to make Selanik as our target because it's a good fort for us to hold. It's easy to take and it's going to be hard for the Ottomans to take it back. So there we go, Poland, Austria, and we're going to co-belligerent Gazikumuk. Let's declare. Occupy Constantinople and we're going to crush the Gazikumuk army, occupy Dagestan at the same time. We once again need to take the icon, so we're going with Saint Michael again for the discipline. And we need to barrage this. Yeah, Timurids, you can definitely have the mill access, even though you did betray me. Whoa, he's occupying Syria insanely fast. Okay. The great power of Muscovy has intervened and joined our enemies in the Gothic reconquest of Selanik. Are you serious? I think these guys don't understand what they're beginning. Right, so we can pick our first admin idea and we finally get 25% additional fort defensiveness. So we're gonna enable some fort defensiveness edicts as well, and this is going to make it much harder for the Ottomans to occupy our highland forts. And I guess we have to handle the Muscovites. What in the world, man? I was not planning to fight them in this run before the PU war. But if we check the ledger, look at our morale difference, look at our discipline difference, like, we can probably just wipe out this 19,000 stack here if they don't run away. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to take us a long time until we can get a separate peace with them. Alright, we got Lakia, that sounds good. This is actually already a full annexation. Now, these borders are just amazing. Oh, he's stuck. We meet him in Podoli and we get additional 6,000. Okay, St. Michael is giving us some good bonuses. There we go. Look at this, guys. Muscovy. What have you done, man? You're butchering your own nation. And I don't like doing this because this is our future subject, so we need to minimize their losses. We just need to take Moscow, maybe the additional fort, and just piece them out. 24 for 48 already. I think I'm just gonna remove them from Podoli again. They're just stuck to this province like bees to honey. What in the world, man? Y'all dead to me? That was pretty fast, guys. There we go. We just needed to occupy a few provinces and Muscovy is gone. Intervene again, I dare you. And now we already have 43% war score. They still have a massive army, so it's not going to be too easy. And we have a lot of rebels, apparently. Dude, we cleaned up so many rebels before this war and still, this is just insane. And our only promoted culture has 8% of our total development. Yeah, we probably want to accept some cultures finally. Let's get Crimean, let's get Georgian, and we can do another one, so Armenian, sure. Since we have the Diplo points anyway, and we're doing amazing with the technologies, we're ahead of time, so we can afford to spend some. Oh no, they're back and they're... Oh my god, immediately they got 7... I hate the Ottomans, man. I just hate them so much. It took us such a long time to get Constantinople. They just arrive on the province, they immediately have 7% progress. We're gonna catch some of them off guard though in Antakya, so we're going to quickly deal with this and hopefully return to Constantinople. Well, looks like they're abandoning the siege, which is good. I mean, we can't even protect this province right now because this is just way too many soldiers. And it's not like we even have a chance. Okay then, they got it back. Maybe we can win this battle real quick before they join up forces. We can, good stuff. And this is probably not a good battle, even though, yeah, it looked good on paper, but yeah, let's get away. If he can just get out of my face, then I will go ahead and barrage this. And obviously he's coming back. Do we get mercenaries? Do we just go with additional mercenaries, man? I'm gonna get the free company for now. I don't know, maybe this is going to be enough to sway him away from defending the fort. It looks like it is, actually. It looks like it is. But he's going after Poland now. They won't be getting Isella, I suppose. This is what happens. We need to get 71%, 78% progress to occupy the fort. They pretty much just immediately can take it. And we still didn't get it. It's just unbelievable. Sieges are sometimes just unbelievable. For free ticks now. Our second fort is taken pretty much the same time. Oh my god. I can confidently say I have never ever received such a big gift from AI ever. It's 1523. We received 635 ducats from our friends in Venice. Guys, friends, Venice is our rival. How does this work? This is so crazy. I believe we might be able to get a deal after we get the fort in Halab back. Thanks to Venice, massive thanks to Venice. This was a success, absolute success, because we didn't take out too many loans. They basically paid for 2 of our massive loans, which is great. I'm just going to delete the mercs, because I'm pretty confident that we're done here. We needed to take Constantinople, and we can take it. We can take all the cores back for Byzantium, Constantinople, and 1 additional province from which we can release Bulgaria. So that is more than we needed. This is absolutely amazing. Okay, time to finish this war. Now, because we took Constantinople, this allows us to finally complete the mission, A Merchant's Family Home. We get permaclaim on a Balkans region. Culture in Constantinople becomes Gothic. We get 1 Goth to rule them all until the end of the game with culture conversion cost and time reduction. And now we also get the event Successors of Rome ? We are not the successors of Byzantine Empire because we're going with the second option and we're moving Gothic culture to the German group. We also enact the Gothic monarchy tier 1 government reform, which reduces mercenary maintenance by 15% and increases merc manpower by 25%. So Gothia is a pretty good nation if you want to go for a merc build, somewhat like you would do with Switzerland. That's right, there we go. Time to reduce our inflation a tiny bit. And boom, we can also complete our agenda. 25% crown lands, we're returning to a very good territory. Soon we will have 30% and no more debuffs. Alliance is breaking with Austria. Okay, so they consider 14 same provinces to be vital interest now. We can keep this alliance for now, just mark this real quick. I'm just going to immediately start the annexation of Byzantium. You know what, guys? Maybe we can start using some of our favors with Poland. We can just ask them to return core provinces to us. Like, we don't necessarily need to fight them for this, right? Might need to improve relations a little bit though, because you cannot ask for provinces if you have below 50 relations. So we're going to work on this as well. Yes, there we go. We unlocked the core creation cost. Now we're talking. We have some really solid ideas unlocked at this point. Wake up, Muscovy, level 9 admin technology. You need to level up because I'm eager to start this war with them. Since they had decided to do that little test run against us, you know, we are pretty confident now considering we beat them up pretty bad. Well, okay then, it's ridiculous how good this fort is going to be. Another 25% local defensiveness from an event, so there we go, 70% without the edict. Oh, there we go, guys, the big moment just happened. Muscovy formed Russia. So what do we have to deal with now? Wallachia, that's it. We have Poland and Austria. Oh, they're going down, man. Oh, they're going down. I'm not even going to wait a second for anything to change about the situation. I'm going to finish the Russian aristocracy mission, and we're going for it. Boom, restoration of union. Now we're not going to co-belligerent these guys, we're just going to pretty much ask our allies to support us, and we're just going to mow them down. Do I even need to show this war to you guys? Probably just gonna skip this to the very end, or maybe show you like one battle where we are completely wrecking the Russians, mopping floor with them. That's right, I'm going to siege down Moscow right in front of your eyes, and there's nothing you can do about it. 71 days to get this fort. How crazy is that? We have such amazing generals. 4 siege on both of them. The Austrians are destroying Russia and Crimea. Okay, I'm going to fall. Oh my god, look at them. They are very aggressive and going after Poland. I'm not even going to chase them, they're fast. Let's continue occupying their stuff. And to be fair, the less soldiers we defeat, the better. We want them to keep an army. Yeah, that's it. We are done. White Peace Wallachia. I'm not going to take any money from Russia, we're just going to grab the Union, and that's going to be at 92 for 96, so we just need to occupy. There we go, we have it. Gothia, you know, just casually gets 402 power projection. To be fair, this is a lot of aggressive expansion. How about we take this different icon before we finish this for additional 10% reduction? The improved relations is going to help us massively anyway, so yeah, there we go. We have a personal union with Russia. Our ruler is 50 years old, so I think we should be fine. We should be able to improve relations and they won't be breaking it off. This is one of the most insane mission rewards. Guys, you don't realize how good this 15% improved relations is. Not only that, if the mission was completed by owning at least 15 provinces in Russia, well, we don't own it, but indirectly we have it because they are our subject. So we are kinda helping them. They're losing autonomy and years of separatism. We will also accept the entire East Slavic culture group without taking a slot. This is crazy. We have Palace of the Tsars. Now this, guys, gives us 3 options. And this is in a way why we waited until they manually formed Russia. You do have this second option over here, allowing your personal union subject to form Russia. So you can subjugate Muscovy and they can still form Russia as a vassal or as a personal union member. But this is the weakest reward for sure, because you have a reward annexing a Russian personal union will be 20% cheaper. So if you want to annex them, this is amazing. I personally won't be annexing in this run. So what I'm gonna go for is this crazy good modifier as well, national manpower modifier plus 10%. This is just insane reward. Masters of the Kremlin, this is called. Then we also have subdue hordes, and this was just automatically done because Russia owns the provinces which we needed for this mission. All current and future steppe provinces in the required regions will have local construction time and cost reduction of 10%. The Cossack people will no longer be aggressive towards us, making it so Cossack aggression event doesn't fire. Alright, and we also have Plains of Ruthenia. The Kiev-Pechersk-Lavra Great Project will now also grant a tier 3. Missionary maintenance cost minus 25%, plus 1 missionary, and we get the event Grazing Grass in Ruthenia. We can change a few of these provinces' culture to Crimean, which is our accepted culture, so that would be pretty good. Cossack would get 10% local equilibrium until the end of the game. And Cossack self-governance estate privilege will grant all of our provinces in Ruthenia 15% local tax income and 10% local manpower modifier. We do use this privilege, so that is pretty good. Or we can go with the development will be only distributed in Ruthenian provinces. 4 random Ruthenian provinces will get a manufactory, so these manufactories are worth like what, 2000 ducats? I think, however, I'm still gonna go with the first option because I really like the privilege getting an upgrade. I swear to God, guys, the missions Palace of the Tsars and our Russian claim are just ridiculously powerful. More about the improved relations. So as you might know, improved relations makes your aggressive expansion decay. If you look at this, we have diplomatic ideas, which already gives us what, 25%? We have 15% from the mission, so that's 40%. We also have the icon that we just took with another 25, so that's 65 already. Also having high prestige increases it, so we currently have 91%. So a few years have passed and this is what happened with our nation. We are now an empire, and because our Gothic culture was moved to the Germanic culture group, every Germanic culture is now an accepted one. So once we start conquering Germany, we will have all of these provinces already accepted and it's going to be great. Additionally, we have a ton of governing capacity. We moved our capital to Constantinople, and this means we can route the trade here. We have 55% trade rate now, and this already is giving us a massive trade income. Guys, we are rooting out corruption for 23 ducats. We have 10 ducats fort maintenance because we have so many forts, and I intend to keep them. I want to keep them. Well, most of them. For example, the one in Macedonia, we're going to quickly delete because that's not a great location. Anyways, yeah, we're paying 30 ducats for our army because we now have a massive army with 68,000 units. I think I didn't point this out, but Russia has over 800 development, so after we got that PU, we kinda got elevated. We have 1400 development right now, and we're the first greatest power above France, who is doing also insanely good in this run. They even have the PU with Naples, and as you can see, there's no Burgundy, it's all France. I kinda wanna get them as an ally, so I'm improving relations, and I will probably betray Poland right after another war with Ottomans, which is going to happen in a couple of years, because from Poland we received everything that we need. Only 1 province is left. We need to return 1 core to Galicia Volhynia, and we're currying the favors for that. Regarding Russia, We did lose our ruler, and we now have a Habsburg on our throne. This doesn't really impact us negatively, and we did not lose the PU because in the meantime we were improving relations and we got to positive relations. The only thing that we have not fixed yet is the Liberty Desire, which is still 88%. But this is so easy to fix. Like with these guys, we still have a truce until 1544, so for 6 more years. We can always enable support loyalists if we need to, so this reduces by 20%. And we can develop their provinces. So for example, let's select Zubstov, which I have already developed a bit. Let's say I'm going to develop this 2 times with our diplo points, and look at this, Liberty Desire is down to 73. So basically, before the truce expires, if we will need to, we will just develop some of their provinces, and this is not a big deal. We can easily keep this PU. By the way, yeah, we added some provinces to our trade company, as we can pretty much add everything apart from the Eastern Europe subcontinent, in which we only have quite a few provinces compared to everything else. Wow, interestingly, the Ottomans are fighting Ethiopia and Portugal. And it's really insane, isn't it? Like, we crushed them on, and they still have 124,000 units. Like, this new war that we're about to participate in a couple of years is still not going to be easy. When do these guys surrender? Okay, so we're going to take this a little bit ahead of time. Level 12 Mill Technology. This gives us Mill Tactics plus 0.25 and additional new units, so we're going to use these. And it's going to be helpful in this next war. So we're not even stationing our troops in the Balkans because our allies will take care of it. We will take care of the Anatolian side of things. And in this war we're taking course both for Bulgaria and Syria. There we go. Let's begin. Ottomans, if all goes well, they should be busy right now because they are fighting Ethiopia and Portugal. So it will probably be difficult for them to get a war score, which is great because they right now only have 19% war score. I did kind of forget about my ships though. Speaking of which, we definitely, at this point of the game, we need to start building a stronger navy. So I'm going to get galleys, I'm going to get even more trade ships so we can get a little bit more money from those. The new Ottoman capital is in Adana. Not for too much longer, as in 21 days we occupy this. Yeah, I love these 4 siege generals. Sometimes they get these sieges done very quick, and sometimes we still need to wait until it gets to like 78%. But I still love them. We might need to be a little bit more careful now because the Ottomans are starting to focus us. They suspect that something's wrong with their nation. I mean, so far, we're just going crazy. I haven't fought a single battle with the Ottomans yet, and they left again. Did they finish the war? Ethiopia is no longer... Yeah, they finished the war because they are desperate now. But I started being desperate at a very wrong time because we already have 70% war score. So thanks to the Ottomans for sponsoring today's video. Really appreciate it, guys. Oh man, this is perfect. This is so good. We took all the Bulgarian cores and we're going to immediately start annexing them. Guys, we can integrate Galicia Volhynia because we also have all of their cores. I'm going to build a flagship. Let's make it with cannons, morale, and even durability, and it's going to be a galley. We need to have a strong offensive fleet, as I'm thinking of invading Venice. We probably won't make it, but it would be nice to declare as long as France is not going to join, because France has somehow 3,000 ducats in debt. But they still have such a strong alliance that it's crazy. Castile and Aragon. And if we were to declare just on the knights, then it would still not be that easy. There's still Castile. But at the same time, we do need to start fighting Aragon because we want to take the Great Project in Malta for the 15% war score cost versus other religions. It's going to allow us to take so much more land, especially after we unlock the age bonus as well. And so we have finished admin ideas. We get 10% admin technology cost reduction, so from here we can really focus on elevating our technology. This is great. We also have some policies. Income from vassals plus 20%, that's fine. And monthly autonomy change as well as a diploma. That's not going to hurt us for sure. Guys, I just wanted to quickly point out, like, what in the world is this? It seems that Denmark integrated Palatinate because they own the Palatinate provinces inside of the HRE, and they, I suppose, cannot deal with the rebels now. This is wild. Ooh, alright, we have the printing press, and we're going to quickly spawn it. First of all, I'm just going to wait a tiny bit until we have 50% burgers loyalty. Then we can sell titles to get another 10%. We will have a dev cost reduction. Combining this with our icon with 10%, we're going to develop probably Matrega. And we finally have the institution, so it's time to let it spread, which is going to happen insanely quick considering the development here. We can pick our next government reform. I can see how mercenary leadership would be good combined with our tier 1 Gothic monarchy. And I can see how defensive stance would be good for us since we have so many forts. But honestly, guys, I think the hardest part for us will be to defeat everybody's navy. Castile, Venice, I'm going to take naval professionalism. We already built up a very strong navy. We have some heavy ships, we have tons of galleys. But I'm scared that this is not going to be enough because these guys are just naval beasts with 76 ships over here. Castile has around the same amount. I'm going to get rid of the alliance with Poland now. That's enough. So our truce with the Ottomans is until 58. What I want to do before it expires is fight Poland, and from Poland we are going to take a province from which we can release Hungary as a vassal, and then when we are going to do the reconquest against the Ottomans again, we take not only Syrian left provinces but also the provinces that belong to Hungary. France is going to be our new best buddy now because they completely despise the Ottomans in this run, which is great. And honestly, I'm pretty confident with our army right now. I no longer really need this development cost reduction, so I will switch out our icon to icon of Yulusa, and I will probably stick with this for a good while because we have a ton of rebels and I really don't want to deal with them anymore, so national unrest -3 is going to be pretty nice. Obviously, if you want to min-max, this is definitely not needed. You can just hunt down the rebels. It would probably be better to always have the discipline, right? But we already got another 5% discipline from our national ideas as we finished all of them. With our new icon, some of these factions are just disappearing, which is lovely to see. The institution is here, guys. Let's embrace it for 2000 decades and let's upgrade our mill technology once again. This is going to make our cannons a bit more powerful, so it's going to be useful. And okay, let's destroy Poland. I got a claim on Bessarabia. They don't have an alliance with Castile. Portugal doesn't want to join. It's going to be so easy, especially with Russia's help. Boom, there we go. Our army is already twice the size of the Polish army. They have 50,000, we have nearly 100,000. The Gothic army is growing and it's being prepared for the invasion of Germany. Poland, you're not my friend, you're my brother, my friend, but I still gotta take care of you. My bad. I would like if Russia would focus Sweden so we can separate piece them out, so I will try to make some of these their objectives. I don't know if this is going to help them. There we go, 12,000 Poles. Now that's an easy battle. And this 27,000 should not be too difficult to handle either. Saxony, you gotta go home, man. You're so far away from home. What are you doing here? I'm gonna show you the way. Oh, they're on low already. Damn, that was quick. Alright, you can get out. Well, it seems like the orders did work because Russia is now actually taking down the forts that we asked them to take down. I'm pleasantly surprised about that. And I don't see any big armies around, so we can probably do a little bit of carpet sieging. Well, I was wrong because he still has this 10. Oh my god, bro, come on. Are you serious, man? We really gotta cancel our plans like that? You suck. Looks like Sweden finally understood that they don't match our strength. Okay, boys, and this is what I'm going to take from Poland. I just want to connect our borders around the Black Sea. Now it looks absolutely amazing. And we obviously can release Hungary from the Hungarian province that we took. And this is, guys, where I want to end this part of the run. This part of the run was mainly focused on us strengthening our country, on elevating ourselves to being the first greatest power, getting Russia. Just look at these player borders, man. We have a massive nation at this point. We have like 100,000 soldiers. We have a good economy. We have a good navy. We are finally prepared. And the next part of the run is going to be about us starting the conquest of Germany, as we will be dismantling the H3 and going wild there. So if you want to see it, drop a like on the video, leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Much love to tier 1 YouTube members Avi, MangyMinotaur, ScaldabagnoBlu, Kutay, mickw, Nikolas, tier 2 members Whale Biologist, Lazar, RogueRhino, and tier 3 member Gökalp. I'm very grateful for your support.